Welcome back, and thank you for joining me again. This is a really transitional episode where we grow a new fur coat, shake off our scardiness, and learn to become bold cat. They say everything happens for a reason, though often that reason can be traced back to a poor decision. Because decision-making can be complex. Research shows that the average business decision involves over 5 stakeholders. This committee approach effectively renders the business almost powerless. Did you know that 50% of decisions made by committees are rated as being below average? Or even that 50% of people have a below average IQ? That's right, and I find that just incredible. Which is where Bold Cat steps in, filling the demand for courageous thought and risk-taking initiatives. Bold Cat can always see the bigger picture. Bold Cat is assertive but agile. Bold Cat furs confidence, even though its fur might look a bit managed. Bold Cat sits in the lap of opportunity. Some people might talk of arrogance, but that's just jealousy slandering confidence, because they are beginning to realize that it's impossible to underestimate you. But first, a quick word from another of our fantastic sponsors.
Pyramid Banking. Fed up with traditional investment options, we promise unbelievable returns. As pioneers in risk management, people tell us we're totally incredible and have transformed their lives. Call us now for a free consultation. If you have money to invest, we'll be only too happy to manage it for you. It's your money after all.
Let's start with a couple of basic exercises to build up your confidence. 1. Be noticed. Make an impression so people know who you are. It can take courage, but that's what boldness is. So here's an idea. Why not park in your CEO's reserved parking bay? Or leverage the experience from one of your previous and imagined reincarnated lives. They can't discriminate against you, after all, or judge you for any spiritual beliefs. Or you could just try using the microwave to heat up some kippers for lunch. 2. Make an impression. First impressions count. Too often, we miss out on valuable opportunities to present ourselves in a better light. For example, if you wanted to join the army, which do you think would make a better impression? Walking through the door of the recruitment office or swinging in through the window? Of course, the answer is obvious. And management is just the same, because if you hang around waiting for doors to open, life just becomes one long corridor. But true boldness requires a bit of strategy too. So here are my top 3 tips, TTTs, for Bold Cat development. 1. Taking the credit. 2. Managing meetings. 3. Avoiding the blame. Let's start with taking the credit. Self-explanatory, really. Just jump in and grab it wherever and whenever you can. Only try not to sound patronizing. That means explaining something people probably already know. Apparently, people don't like that. On to managing meetings. Who doesn't love a meeting? And as everyone knows, they can be a great place to prove points and settle scores. As the saying goes, the proof of the pudding is in the meeting. Small ones, large ones, round ones, ones with biscuits, even cake, they are also a great way of passing the time and getting yourself noticed. And that is really the point. Forget everything else. You just want people to remember you. Sometimes you might be asked to make a presentation, and this is where things can go wrong, especially if you aren't prepared. So here's a trick. If you don't understand something yourself, focus on a single detail and suggest somehow that this is the key to understanding the whole problem, that this is where it all starts. Then quickly highlight other random points. Your audience should be too confused to even ask questions. Of course, these days, not all meetings are in person, but video meetings present new opportunities too, like better snacks. So attend as many as possible. Even if you're not meant to be there, people love an audience and it's unlikely you'll be kicked out. You can hoover up all sorts of interesting information which you might be able to exploit. It also means you make connections many times with the senior management from other departments who you might not otherwise come across. And finally, avoiding the blame. No one likes taking the blame when things go wrong, but luckily most people prefer to avoid confrontation too. When a dangerous situation is bubbling and it looks like fingers might point your way, again, raise the tempo, meet fire with fire. As the saying goes, lightning never strikes when the iron is hot. So that's it for now. Practice the exercises and I'll see you again soon.
Sucker cleaning. 24/7 emergency cleaning for your warehouse, shop floor, customer area. No job too big or small. When you mess up, we clean up. Big time.